Hello, I am Miriam, co-founder and COO of Keto Chow, and I have Lynette here again, not Chris. I realized I forgot to take off the name. He actually told me how to do that, and I said I was going to try, and I didn't try at all. But anyway, we have a meal replacement shake. We have some electrolytes. We have some egg protein powder. We have a great time in the keto space, and that's Chris's line. That's not the right one. My second line would be, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the little bell icon for daily updates on all our Keto Chow happenings. These live streams help us be accountable and stay on track. Thanks so much for joining us on our keto journey. Yay! So we're glad you're here today. I'm sorry that Chris is not here. He is having so much fun at the Metabolic Health Summit, hanging out with a lot of fun people. And of course, I'm jealous that I'm not there too. I want to be in all the places at once.
Me too.
FOMO is real, right?
But 1 week from today, I'm on a plane.
Woohoo!
For the low carb cruise. I'm super excited.
Yes, it'll be so fun. I'm excited. I just love it so much. I love listening to everybody and learning different things. And if you haven't seen, we have on our YouTube channel, we have a section that has Keto Salt Lake, all of the different videos that we did for that conference. So there's tons of awesome speakers, and they're just so amazing, and we have their permission to keep them up there. So go watch those if you haven't yet, because they're so great. You can just get a little nugget of knowledge every day and see when you can implement that. So that'd be awesome. Let's see. Oh, let's say hello to people. Wah. Here we go. Sorry, Chris is the one who cares about the comments. I'm just like, I want to talk forever. Annie's here, ear hustling today and homeschooling the grandkids. Oh, give them a little snuggle for me. Visual Keto's here. Glenda's here. Hi to all my Keto Chow family. Hope all are having a great National Nurses Day. Heck yes. It's also No Pants Day. Just saying. I hope the nurses are wearing pants at the hospital today. Debbie's here, and Visual Keto. Okay, I already said she was here. Becca's here. Hi, Galinda. She's saying hi. Melinda's here. Hello. J-Dog's here. Happy Friday. Chowlings, 9-day until sail away on the low-carb cruise. I can't believe it. I know I need to be more ready, but I'm not ready. Oh my gosh, you guys. I went to the concert last night. It was so amazing. My kids sang at the choir concert, so yes, it was just a high school concert, but my son, totally delivered. I sent Lynette the video last night. He was closing his eyes and singing and holding on like this. He's put his hands out like this. And it was so cute.
Yeah, talk about stage presence. He was amazing.
Yeah, he did such a good job. So I was texting this morning and I'm like, you need to take private voice lessons. You got to get this going. And he's like, no, I don't want to. I just want to be in the men's choir. I'm like, but you killed it yesterday. So that brought me lots of joy. So that's why I wasn't at the Metabolic Health Summit, so I could see my kids perform. Kate did her last bell choir, so she actually sang and did bell choir, and then Ruth did bell choir, and Max and Kate sang. So they just did an amazing job, and Sam was awesome. Usually when he goes to those concerts, he's kind of ornery, but he was really good yesterday. He was so great. I was so happy. Okay, sorry, Chris, back to the comments. J-Dog says, 2 beautiful ladies right there. Can't wait to meet you in real life. Oh, right. Yeah, we haven't actually seen you in real life. I feel like we're besties, though.
I feel like we know you.
It works out. Kathy's here. Rick Wynn's here. Jacques is here. Pat says, I know y'all sometimes mention, oh, she didn't say y'all. I said that. You all sometimes mention eating canned salmon. How do you eat it? Straight from the can? I am not much of a fan of fish, but I am trying. Okay, so Chris will eat it straight out of the can. I have a thing where I really feel better if it just looks prettier. And so if I put it on a real plate and I eat it with a real fork and have your real napkin, I mean, not even a cloth napkin, but just because it's like an experience for me, I feel like that makes things a lot better. So it's hard for me to just drink a Keto Chow out of the container sometimes because I'm like, I just need to experience the moment, to be in the moment with my food, and then I feel more satiated because I've taken the time. And I also have to say, okay, turn off my phone, turn off the computer, go sit at a table and have that moment with myself, with my food, with some quiet, with some, music or whatever. But that's what I like to do. But I have eaten out of the can before too.
I just eat it straight out of the can.
Yeah,
every time.
And I do put the Redmond real salt, seasoned salt on it, and that seems to be good.
Yeah.
I drain the water off because there's water in there, right? And then you also need to be careful to not get it with oil. Like sometimes they'll have it like in vegetable oil. I haven't seen salmon like that, but I've seen tuna like that. So I just pay attention to say, okay, tuna in water. That's what I want. So that's good. Yeah, Pat, that's a good question. Thanks. And you don't have to have an experience with your salmon. It's okay. And I've heated it up too, or you could like heat it up and melt some cheese on it too if you want to, or I don't know, just different things would be fun. You could also put it on like a frying pan and just kind of grill it up. And it's not like the same as like a salmon fillet or anything, but then it'd be like kind of crispy and buttery, and that'd be yummy too.
I actually really like it, and I didn't think I would because I'm not a fish fan either.
Yeah.
But to me, it's not as fishy as some of the other fish. So
Yeah.
I think it's great.
Yeah, I was surprised too because we did that, and we did it together too. We did a experiment where we checked Kerrygold butter versus like Costco butter.
Yes.
And everything else we ate the same except for we just changed those. And one of the things we were eating was the can of salmon every night. And I thought, I was going to be so sick of it because I'm not a super fishy person either. But by the end, I was like, oh, this is the best part, getting some meat with my Keto Chow. So I was satisfied. I found that I did really like it. So yeah, let us know how it goes, what you think, and how you prepare it, because it'll be interesting to see what you do. You could even put some mayonnaise in it, like make a little tuna patty and then fry it. Like, oh, that'd be good.
Oh, that would be so good.
Yeah, some butter on top, a little relish maybe. Okay, let's see here. Melinda says, I want to be all the places too. I know, I always do. Danny's here. Good morning, everyone. Happy Friday. Yes, it's Friday. Betsy's here. Hi, Lynette and Miriam. You guys are great. I can't stay. I have a dentist appointment, but want to say hi. Hi. Have fun at the dentist. Try to relax. Take a blanket with you. I always, when I go to the dentist, I always get cold. I think it's part of the like stuff on my mouth is like, and then it gives me the chills. But take a blanket. That'd be a good idea. Jen's here. Hi, lovely ladies. Happy early Mom's Day. Oh, thank you. Happy early Mom's Day to you too. Oh, speaking of that, I'm gonna keep waiting on the comments because Chris is not here to tell me what to do. I'm just kidding. So I made a post yesterday. In my Facebook feed, I had a memory pop up, and it was just a picture of my mom and dad in front of a door, like at my house. It wasn't like super fancy or anything, but I saw it and I thought, this was the day that I cut all of her hair off because her cancer treatments were happening, and it was starting to affect her hair, so she was losing it in pieces, and it was kind of long. It was like, I don't know, this long. So long enough that you don't want to have this big old piece of hair in your bed when you're sleeping at night or showering or whatever. So we were cutting it off. We weren't shaving it quite yet, but we cut it all really short that day. And I'm super glad that we decided to take a bunch of pictures because I have some pictures of like me cutting her hair. And another thing that she wanted to do, which was special, was I did these tiny little braids of her hair, and then we gave each one a braid to the grandkids that had her handwriting on a piece of paper and a picture of her that said, to each of the kids, and this is a little piece of me, I want to give you part of my heart. Like that was really a fun thing that she wanted to do. So we did that. We braided all these little tiny braids. They're like this long of little silver hair. And anyway, so we cut them all off and we cut her hair, and we took pictures too with each of my kids, her holding each of my kids. And so that was a fun little thing we did. And I was super glad because after she had passed away, when we went to like make a photo gallery, there weren't a ton of photos. And I was like, how could I have not taken lots of photos of her? But there's always that moment when you wish that you had taken more. And that brings me to a couple of thoughts, right? So she was always very, very heavy. And part of the reason why I don't like people take my photos because I don't like the way I look, right? Everybody feels that way, I think. But my kids don't care what I look like. They just want me to be in their life, right? And your kids too.
Yep.
And you look back because you've lost a bunch of weight.
Yeah.
And aren't you glad that you were part of your kids' lives, like still in photos and stuff like that?
And I had to always realize that, and I realize it more now, that when I was heavy, I didn't like to be in pictures. I was embarrassed to go anywhere. I didn't like people looking at me. But my kids still loved me.
Yeah.
And my friends still loved me, and my family still loved me. And so you just have to learn to embrace how you are and know that there's still people that care about you no matter how you look. So.
Yeah. And it's the same thing. Like if you're looking on the outside at your friends and your family, like you still love them regardless of what they what they look like or what size they are or anything. So it's really hard like to get that into your brain. But that's something I want to encourage us to think about today. Like just be in the moment, take pictures of yourself, just enjoy, being with your kids, being with your friends, being with your family, and being where you are, enjoying the journey. You may not be where you want to be, but that doesn't mean you can't enjoy today, right now. And even if you had a piece of cake yesterday, that doesn't mean today is a bad moment. Like you can be great today, right now. And then the other thought that I had is kind of mixed with some other thoughts from this morning. So I was reflecting as I was driving. I don't know, I think a lot when I'm driving, apparently, on my same route to work and to Sam's school and stuff. And I looked up at the mountains and the sun was just peeking over. And before I had looked up at the mountains, I was thinking about how I didn't sleep very good last night because Chris wasn't here, and I always just don't sleep good without him. And I mean, I slept good once I fell asleep, but I just couldn't fall asleep very good. My routine was off and my person was gone, and I'm like, oh, why? I just, kind of was a little miserable and feeling sorry for myself. I'm like, oh, it's so sad. My life is so hard. My husband's not here for one day. But anyway, as I looked up at the mountains, I had a few thoughts come to my mind at once. The sun was just peeking over, and I've talked about this a lot, but for some reason it's just so breathtaking to me as I come over this ridge and the mountains are just so beautiful and the sun rays just peek over. It's always the same time of morning, and it always just floods me with joy. It just makes me feel so happy. I just see that sun, and I just am so excited about the day and how everything's going to be okay in that moment, right? I'm not concerned about the drive. I'm not concerned about what's going to happen next. I'm just in the moment, seeing that sun peek over, and I'm like, oh, everything's going to be fine. Just because I didn't sleep last night doesn't mean it's not going to be fine. Everything's still fine. And it also, another thought was, because of that post I did yesterday, I was thinking about my mom, and maybe because Mother's Day is coming around, and I just always think of her at that time. But I was thinking, this little burst of sun that I see every day, this little sun ray that I see, and I don't see it every day, but when I do see it, it always brings me happiness and joy, that one little moment. But I was thinking about how that moment really helps me be great, but there were some moments where I really felt super horrible. And so that came to my mind. When my mom passed away, I had got into a pretty deep depression. I think it's probably the worst depression I've ever had. I had postpartum when I had my babies, but it wasn't as bad as this. And I couldn't really see the depression until after it had receded. And so I was looking back and saying, oh, that was depression that I was feeling then. But this was recognizable, and it was so debilitating. And I don't know if you know how that feels, but I felt like, why does the water come out of this faucet? Because she's gone. This water should not come out of this faucet. Cars should not be able to drive. Lights should not come on. My life is over. It's stopped. That was how I felt. Every time some action would happen, I'm like, no. You don't understand. My mom is not here anymore. The water should not run. This car should not start. This, everything, I just felt like this is so not fair. When I felt like this, things shouldn't keep going on. I shouldn't have any kind of happiness or feeling. I was and it was hard for me to try to be happy for my kids, because everything that reminded me of her, I'd open a door and I hear a song. I'm like, oh, I cry all the time. So it was really hard, and I wondered how long it would last, and I'm like, oh, this grief is horrible. It's the first time I'd had really, it was the first time anyone really close to me had passed away. So, and I don't know if you've experienced anything similar, but man, it was such a eye-opening thing. But as I saw that sun today, I thought, you know what? This too will pass. There's always some drudgery that's happening in our lives. There's always something that we're kind of trying to swim through and get through. There's always some kind of pain. And if we can just find those little small moments, that little peak of sun rays, then maybe we can just get through, right? So now tell us how that can relate to keto. Can you do that for me?
With the sun rays,
Yeah.
and how when you see it, it makes your day much brighter.
Yeah.
So when I think of that, I think of like the keto community and just being here on the live, for instance, like I feel like all of you are a little ray of sunshine in my life, and I know that you guys all help me to get through my day and to get through on my keto journey.
Yeah.
And so I feel like that's what I can connect with this, because I just really feel like the keto community is so big and such a ray of sunshine in my life that it's amazing.
Yeah. And that's those little comments. And it's so interesting because it really just, the comments that we see on social media, the comments, and yeah, there's some bad ones, and sometimes we have to kind of push those out of our brain. But it really does help lift us up. So we're grateful for you today for being that little ray of sunshine, for helping me, kind of get through some of that drudgery, some of those things that I've struggled with in my life, to help me realize, like, I need to be kinder to myself, be better to myself, and to move forward and just catch that little ray and be like, okay, I know Julie's my friend, and so she's got my back, right? Because she's right here talking. And I know Jo Ray's here, and she's giving me a little bit of help, a little boost, a little sun ray, right? Oh, Chris, oh, I love you. Hi. Okay, so we'll get back to comments. Thank you for listening to me. Sometimes my thoughts are just so jumbled, and I feel like I'm like just talking at random, but I'm trying to make them make sense, I guess. Okay, comments. Oh, Max or Sam, proud mama. Yeah, oh, it was Max at the concert. Yeah, he did awesome. Sam was sitting by me, and we really enjoyed ourselves. Betsy says, post the choir video. I loved choir and band. I could post it on my personal Instagram probably. The videos weren't super great because I was behind somebody and there's like a head in the background, and the sound didn't come through super great, but I really had a good time. Visual Keto says, so cool. I went with the granddaughter's middle school play zombies. Oh my gosh, how fun. Candace says, sounds amazing. Lisa's here. Good morning. Having raspberry cobbler, raspberry snickerdoodle, creamy this morning. Oh, that sounds good. Are you having Keto Chow today?
Oh, always.
Yeah.
Always.
What flavor are you going to have?
Guess.
Chocolate peanut butter.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm having Butterfinger again, which is chocolate toffee and chocolate peanut butter put together. And I already mixed it in the creamy this morning, so it's in the freezer waiting. And I put a couple of those little high-key pearls, those little candies, and a couple of peanuts too. So it's going to be so good.
What time are we eating that?
Yeah, right after this.
Oh, good. Great. I'll stick around.
Okay, let's see. Okay, Jacques said, proud mama moment. Yeah, I was super proud. Chris said, Chris was saying, straight out of the can, covered in salt. It's because I'm so behind. I'm sorry, Chris. But yeah, he's talking about the
salmon.
Salmon.
Yep.
So good. Red Wine's here. Good morning from Social Circle, Georgia. And, Jo Ray's saying, hi, Shauna, Glenda. My husband bought a huge 3-pound jar of peanuts that are trying to hypnotize me every time I walk by. No. Okay, Glenda, you need to go and put them and weigh them out and put them in little baggies and be like, this is what I can have. And then you'll feel better because you'll already have told yourself, these are my boundaries. I'm setting my boundaries. Sharon says, hello, ladies. Purple Lady says, good luck with the dentist, Betsy. Every Nancy says, one more thing to pack, Redmond seasoned salt. Oh, yeah, you don't want to go anywhere without seasoned salt. Oh, Lynette, check that your microphone pack is turned on and not unmute. This button right here. What? It's not on? I'm sorry.
I've been super quiet this whole time.
Well, she also has Chris's mic, which means it's the quieter one.
Thanks, Chris.
I realized I was a little bit quiet yesterday, so I traded her, and I got my seat back. And my hair is looking kind of cray-cray because Sam really wanted to leave, so I just okay, we're out. It's fine. It's fine.
That's cute.
Oh, Pat says, thanks for answering my question. Thank you for being there. You are a little ray of sunlight for me. Thank you. J-Dog hates fish, but we'll eat some shrimp or tuna with lots of mayo. Yeah, it's the same thing, just a different flavor. Betsy said, made the drop biscuits. They are so good. Yeah, what were we talking about with the drop biscuits yesterday? We were saying that they'd be good with something, like soup or something? I can't remember.
Like a chili? Was it chili?
I can't remember.
I don't know, but I'm going to make them again with lemon keto chow.
Yes.
I'm going to throw in some blueberries.
And then make
lemon
make
zest.
a glaze over the top.
Yes,
Oh,
that's what I want.
Amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Red Wine says, he drives a truck. Sorry, I'm saying weird things. Kathy's here. Chris, my internet is dead. Time time to go. Bye. So he didn't even hear me talking. He didn't even have to get frustrated that I was not going to the comments. Becky's here. Hi, Lynette. How are you, my friend? Hi, Miriam. How are you, love? Oh, we're so good.
We're so good.
Yeah. And it's going to be like 75 today,
Yes.
so I'm loving it. Jacques says, wow, big lesson in that, Cher. Thank you. Danita's here. Good morning. And Mike is here. Lynn's here. When I was little, I had salmon with the vignette right out of the can. Oh, I'm
Vinaigrette.
sorry. Vinaigrette. I don't know why I said vignette.
It sounded cool.
It did sound cool. Vinaigrette right out of the can. Looking for the recipe. Does anyone have an idea? Oh, for a vinaigrette? We have a couple of dressing recipes. I don't know about a vinaigrette, but I don't love vinaigrettes. But the thing is, that's the best thing for keto because it's not going to have weird stuff in it. So keep looking. Jen says, Miriam, your monologues are always so much better than Chris's. LOL. Oh, no. He talks smart. I talk feelings. Oh, Becky says our feelings are temporary, but our feelings are real. And that's something else that everybody's so afraid of. Like you just push down your feelings, push them down. But if you don't feel your feelings, they're going to bubble up somehow and you're going to blow up, you're going to cry, you're going to whatever. And it's not going to be good. So we should feel our feelings when they're happening, process them. And that's something that we've just kind of taught ourselves as a society to just be like, no, you're not hurting. You're fine. You're fine. And we need to stop doing that. We need to just feel our feelings so we don't have to blow up. Melinda said, I feel sad too when my person is missing at night. Just to think that we spent our first 11 years with him on a night shift and it was perfectly fine. Isn't that crazy? Like you just get used to things as they are. And when it changes, that's when it's weird. Because it's like, I've slept without my husband before. I'm a perfectly capable adult and I'm fine, but it's just still sad. Oh, Carol says, have a blessed and happy Mother's Day. Thank you. Thank you. You have a happy Mother's Day too. Lisa says, I feel the same way when my mom passed away. Yeah, it's just so debilitating. And it really did help me understand the grief process better. And it helped me recognize, like, when Max had seizures, when he started seizures, I didn't realize that I had gone through the grieving process. Like, and what are the steps? Like, first it's denial, like, and acceptance, and I don't know, somebody will know the steps of grieving, right? There's like 5 things. But I started to recognize like, oh, I had to go through this, and then I had to accept that that was what it was going to be like. And then once I accepted that, okay, my child may never have a regular life, my child may have seizures the rest of his life, then I was able to kind of, finally process and see, okay, well, this is what we're going to be doing for maybe the rest of my life. Once I accepted it, then it wasn't as difficult because it was just like, well, this is just what we do. And then we were so blessed and he hasn't seized in 11 years. He hasn't seized in 11 years. So keeping my fingers crossed. But they did say like a lot of times that happens again. So we'll see. We will see. Da-da-da. Becky says, everything else in the world was still going on, but our personal lives are at a standstill. Yes, and that's what depression is. And I think we need to be so aware that, especially with clinical depression, like, they don't get a break from that. Like, people with clinical depression always are feeling that same way. And how can we be compassionate and lend a hand and help people function in the way that they have to function? And just be kind and helpful because they don't get a break from that. Right. Keto does help though, for sure. I know because my little girl, she does way better with keto. So, Carrie, hello. Kim says, my thoughts too when my mom passed away. It took me over a year. Yep, and that's where I was. I actually couldn't sing church songs for probably a year because she was a singer, and every song, I would just start crying halfway through, and I'm like, I'm just not going to sing for a while. And it was okay, because the little ray of sunshine. Oh, and Rhonda's in it right now, poor thing. That's her baby passed away. Thanks for that. I feel, Rhonda says, thanks for that. I feel all of that and more. I appreciate your inspiring words of comfort. Yep, and girl, we're just hugging you from over here, and we're just loving you.
We love you.
I know it's so hard, and it's, yeah, You feel because you loved. And I remind my kids that a lot. They're like, I'm so sad. I'm like, well, don't feel bad that you feel sad. Like, you love someone deeply. That's a wonderful gift, like, that you can be so caring. So you should be able to feel that feeling. And so it's wonderful and sad and hard. So Becky says those rays of light will hit you. Yep. And that'll help you keep going through. Pat says, oh, I'm grateful for you. You're so sweet. Travis thanks Miriam for sharing that beautiful tribute to her mom. Such a good reminder to cherish the time we have together. Yeah, because you never know when it's going to be the end, and you just got to keep plugging on. And I'm religious. I believe I'll see her again. I know I'll see her again. But still, who knows how long that's going to be. So I'm grateful that I believe what I believe. But I'm grateful that we have you guys as sun rays to help us through things, right?
Yep.
Dee Dee says, I made the egg pudding, then poured some into a creamy pint and froze it. I'm wondering what kind of ice cream it will make. Going to try it today, peanut butter flavor. Oh,
Yum.
that'll be fun. I know Chris has done that. I haven't particularly liked it, but I know he did it with I think water instead of heavy cream or coconut oil, and so I think maybe that's why I didn't like it. But I didn't hate it. I just didn't like it as much as I did the egg pudding. But Dee Dee, will you make sure to tell us what you thought about it so we can learn from your learnings. Meg said, my dad passed away of cancer nearly 20 years ago, and there are still times that I'm trying to find a way to get a project done that I will think if my dad was still here, it would have been done. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, Chris is back. Hi, Chris. Dennis is here. Good morning, Miriam and Lynette. Good thing Chris dropped by. Yeah, Shauna just said that. Okay. Susie says, happy early Mother's Day. Thank you. Happy Mother's Day to you, too. Skipping. Oh, Deborah says, are all these recipes on the Keto Chow site? Yeah, we have. If you go to the website under recipes, then you can see all the recipes. You can look by flavor. You can look by type. You can look up cookies or bread or crackers or whatever. And if we have it, it'll be there. It is fun to kind of look by flavor, though, because then you can see what we have for specific flavors. But since most of them are sweet, a lot of them are very versatile, and you can use a different flavor for different things. So chaffles, you could pretty much make with any flavor, savory or sweet. Cookies, you could pretty much do with any flavor. The chocolate toffee cookies are super versatile. The fudge, you can do with any flavor.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so you could just, you can really have a good time with those recipes. Sorry.
Yeah. It's super great that you can search by recipe or by the flavor.
Yeah.
That's my favorite feature, because you can find anything.
Yeah. Melissa, high in the 80s in South Carolina. School's getting out 1 hour early due to bad weather. Oh, man. 80s, bad weather. Oh, man. I wish it was 80 here. But, yeah, I'm glad your kids are going to be home and safe. Okay, keep those kids safe. Yes, Chris is at the Metabolic Health Summit. Right Family says, we'll pray that he stays seizure-free. Yes, I continue to pray for that, too. Tanya says, good morning from rainy Western Kentucky. Oh, how cool. Have a fun time and be safe in the rain. Becky says, ways of being compassionate to others, helping with diet, encouragement, and hugs, giving grief boxes from Wonderful. Oh, that's probably a company. So that's cool, a grief box. And that would be kind of cute, too. You could personalize a little package to give to somebody. Especially if it has maybe a little note about what you remember about the person that had passed away. Mm-hmm. I didn't realize how important that was for me because I didn't know I needed it. But as we were looking through all the cards and things, people had written their memories about my mom, and that was just really, it helped me learn something about her, and then it helped me, just to feel that love still some more. Also, it was really interesting to me how struck I was when we were at the funeral, and one of my church leaders showed up, and I knew that he'd never met my mom before, and I was like, he came just for me, to be kind and helpful to me, and I thought that was really touching because. And Holly's parents came, and I know that they had met my parents, but I just thought, oh, these people are coming for me. They're not coming to say goodbye to her. They're coming to help me, lift me up. They're those little rays of sunshine. So it's just so cool how helpful people can be, and they can be like little angels, on earth, and little sun rays. So Annie, oh, you're my sunrise. Oh my
Aw.
gosh, you're so sweet. Thank you. Deborah says, denial, anger, bargaining, depression, acceptance. Yes, that's it, right? So first, and this same thing happened with the seizures, and it was just so interesting because I didn't realize it till my mom had passed away how that I could see it. And that's typically how I work. Like I can see it after the fact, but I can't always recognize it in the moment. But first I was denying, like, why does he have this problem? Like he's just a child. It's not fair. I was mad. I'm like, why, God, would this child who's perfectly happy and wonderful have these problems? Please, can you make it go away? Like depression would be just, it was so hard. And then acceptance, once you get to that acceptance, like then you can function. And I was like, oh, that's a real thing. So thank you, Deborah, for sharing. Because I'm like, I know there's steps, right? There's these things that happen. So Rosemary, good morning. Happy Mother's Day to all the moms out there and to all the non-moms out there, because there are so many people that have helped mother me that haven't been a mom and that haven't, been, had children or even had a spouse. Like I've just been so grateful for all the guidance, care, thought, and stuff that have been put into me from so many people. And I have a mother hen child. Ruth is a little mother hen. I don't know if you noticed this, but she has always taken such good care of everyone around her, and she is not a mother. So I am so grateful for her, and I'm so grateful for so many people that have mothered, that have cared for me. So in addition to mothers, so thank you. Let's see. Oh, Carrie said he liked the video, and have a beautiful Mother's Day. And I guess we can probably be done. Is there anything else you wanted to say?
I don't think so.
We didn't go on a hike.
Oh my gosh, there's still time.
Yeah, we did go on a walk in the parking lot, and that was awesome. And Lynette has really cute shoes on, so that's
I
good
do.
too.
Really cute shoes.
So thank you so much for joining us today. Thank you, Lynette, for joining me. You're so
Thanks
nice.
for having me. It's been fun.
Making me feel comfortable. And we will see you later.
Bye, everyone.
Yeah, try hitting the stop streaming, see if that works.
Which one is that?
Yeah, that one. No, it started all over again.